Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV. Hope you guys are well. It's Friday evening. It's just going to 9 o'clock, so I thought I'll do what is meant to be a quick stream because there's not a lot of stuff to talk about. I was looking through anything to do with City today, and there's not really much going on. Arguments with journalists, pseudo-journalists again, clickbaity kind of journalists. There's other bits and pieces going on, but there's absolutely nothing we're talking about, if truth be told. Not really anything we're talking about. So what we're going to do, what should we do? I thought we'll have a look at some forwards. You know, Sergio Aguero, we all know he's coming to the end of his career at City. I think he's got a couple of years left on his contract. But hi, Danny, hope you're well, mate. He's got a couple of years left, and I just thought, is it time to? I mean, it is time. It is time. You've got to look at other players. You've got to look at who's going to replace him. You know, we've talked about Gabriel Jesus many times, and said, I've said I don't think he's the right replacement for Sergio Aguero. I don't think he's consistent enough. Yes, he's only a kid, 22, 23 years old. But I've said for a while, I don't think he's consistent enough. I don't think he's put some great performances. Hi, Chris and Aaron. He's put some great performances in. Occasionally, but then he chucks in a poor performance after that. So he's not consistent enough for me. And Aguero is not doing it enough for me as well. He's not as explosive in his pace. He's not as, I don't think he's as decisive. Different type of players. But hey, I'm only saying we're going to buy one. I'm only going to say we're going to buy one forward. So who it'd like to be. Hey, good on you, Aaron. Nice to have you all on board. Danny, these three guys we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Kai Havertz. Oh, get his name right. Hey, LCFC boy, how you doing, buddy? Havertz. Kai Havertz. Watched him play weekend a little bit. Scored nice goal. And I saw some stuff on him today. We've got Erling Braut Haaland. And we've got Kylian Mbappe. So they're all different players, but I'm just suggesting we're only going to get one attacking player. I'm thinking. So let's see. Too early for Haaland and Havertz? It could be. It could be. Foden is Aaron. Foden is not. Foden is capable in midfield, but I'm not having Foden for being up front. I'm looking for someone to lead the line or to play out wide or whatever you think you want Mbappe to play or Haaland or Havertz. So hi, Danny, to me, they're different kind of players. I accept that they're different kind of players, but let's say you've only got room for one of them in your squad right now. Let's say Sane goes. Okay, you still got Riyad Mahrez, you still got Raheem Sterling, you still got Bernardo Silva if you need him, and you still got Gabby J and Aguero. So I'm looking for somebody to complement that. You can argue we'll get someone to replace. Let's say we get someone to replace Leroy Sané because he's going. Okay, or let's get somebody to look at replacing Sergio Aguero because Gabby J can play on the left as well as Sterling, and we got on the right we've got Mahrez, whatever, and we've got Jaden Braff. Hi, Akash, hope you're well, mate. Absolutely, Aaron. I've got no problem with Foden coming in as well as somebody else. I want somebody else as well to play an attacking midfield. I'm not expecting Foden to play 40 games a season. Mbappe can play anywhere. That's it. That's the versatility that you'd like. They haven't proved it. They need a chance, absolutely, Danny. Zaha, no. It's got nothing to do with the fact he played for United. He's just not good enough. He's just not reliable enough. And against big teams in big games, as Chris says, he goes missing. He's done very, very little this season. So let's have a look at these players. Kai Havertz. I mean, I saw him score a couple of headers the other day. But the thing is, the marking was pretty appalling. But you look at the age and stuff. Havertz is only 20. He's going to be 21 next month. Age is great. He's 189 tall. That's 6'2". He's got that height. He's going to be a little bit better in the air than Sergio, I believe. He's going to be a bit more. He's going to get his head to more balls than Sergio is, and it's going to suit some of the ludicrous crossing that we've been putting in. So he's been at Leverkusen, Bayer Leverkusen for 9 years. 9 years. In the German Bundesliga, he scored 32 goals in 111 appearances. It's more than just that. It's what does he create, and his pace. He's been clocked at, I read something, just over 35 kilometers an hour. It's pretty good going, faster than I can cycle. But okay, he's only doing it over a short distance. But 32 out of 111, that's a decent return for me. And if you're just going to look at the stats, it's a decent return. Aaron says there's no better young talent attacking midfielder than Havertz. I like him. Jordan Ayew has been actually, that's right, Chris. Jordan Ayew has been better than Zaha this season. Danny says Lautaro Martinez and Aguero. Hey, where's City? Maybe we combine both Lautaro Martinez and either Mbappe or Haaland or Havertz. Akash, we won't go for Mbappe. Our chairman has made it clear we won't spend big. I don't think we're going to. I think that's right, Akash. I don't think, but I think we will. We will push the ball tight for the right player, but it has to be the right player. And Mbappe, when he was leaving Monaco, we would have paid the money. We would have paid the money for Mbappe if he'd have come to City. We've got the money sitting there waiting for that superstar. You know, 2 or 3 years ago, Messi wanted to come for 150 million. We'd have bought him. We've got the finances to do that, such a deal. So I like Havertz. I like what I've seen from him. As I said, he's only 20 years old. He'll be 21 in the summer. Age is a good thing. Sadly, I don't know who his agent is. And his agent is the next guy I'm going to talk about is Erling Braut Haaland. And he's only 19. He's going to be 20 this summer. Okay, he's going to be 20 in July. So similar sort of age. The thing for him is his agent. And I think that's what's going to go against him. He scored a ton of goals. I mean, you know, yes, he's moving on very quickly. But at Molde, he scored 14 goals in 39 games. Which is very good. At Red Bull Salzburg, in half a season, he scored 17 goals in 16 games. 16 or 17 games. It's a goal a game. And now at Borussia Dortmund, on a, let's say, a higher level, or in a better team, he's got 10 goals in 9 games. He's doing the business at Borussia Dortmund as well. But what worries me is his agent. It's what's his face, Mina Raiola. It's a problem. Waleed, hi Waleed, hope you're well, buddy. Mbappe fits best with City. Yeah, I think Mbappe it fits best with everybody. I think you need another Bernardo Silva type, can play both attacking midfield and on the wing. Well, what I wanted is someone who's got that versatility, who can play in the middle or out wide. You can play anywhere, or even a number 10, or behind the main striker. Someone who is versatile. You're gonna have to pay big money to get someone like that. Zach Steffen will come back. Absolutely, Danny. I think that's the plan. I said when we got Zach Steffen, that when he went on loan to Fortuna Dusseldorf, that I could see the plan of him coming back and challenging Edison in goal. Danny, to be fair, Mbappe has proven it in the World Cup and Champions League, but League One is it. I agree, Danny. I agree with that. But he's still scoring goals, and that's the main thing. I mean, the thing with when I saw him coming through, I thought this guy's got amazing talent, amazing skill, amazing pace. He's let me down. That's going to sound really stupid, or really against the grain. But I don't think he's playing as well as he should do. He's not delivering enough, and I think he's selfish as well. That's my concern sometimes about Mbappe, is he's thinking about himself. He's not so focused on the team. That's my concern about Mbappe. I've seen him being far too greedy at times. Aaron, more key for me is defensive midfield. Well, if Pep's going to stick with your man Rodri, then we have to look. If he's going to stick with him, then we can't go and get somebody else, in my opinion. So it would be good if we got some more explosive attackers, better than what we've got. Sorry to say this, but people who are going to cause a lot of trouble and are going to occupy defenders. I do. Look, yes, I know, but that's in the overall grand scheme of things. I'm just looking at our forwards. Yes, we do need a centre back, maybe a new left back. Probably do need a left back, a better DM. But that's by the by. I want to look at the forwards today. It's only going to be 10 or 15 minutes, guys. Only another 5 or 10 minutes. So, Akash, why shouldn't we go back for Sancho? Ain't happening. The way he's dissed Pep, Pep's not going to have him back. And we're not going to pay that sort of money and that sort of wages. It's just going to mess everything up. I mean, if Sancho will want 300 grand a week, I don't think we're going to go there. Chelsea made huge losses and have huge debts. And with the given market, we can go for him a bit cheap. I don't think we're going to go for Sancho. United and Chelsea, yes, they got problems. If City want to be self-sustaining, then we've got problems too because, FFP, okay, that's pushed to one side for a little while, but we've got the same problems with income as everybody else. Yes, our sponsors will keep paying us, especially the ones from the Middle East. You'd expect, they're encouraged to keep paying us. But we're going to lose the gate receipts, match day income. That's going to go next season as well. I think if we're playing behind closed doors, so it's all going to be an issue. So everybody's got a problem, Akash. The league is so easy, absolutely. So let's look at. So we looked at Haaland's stats, very good. Look at his age, very good. Mbappe, he's another young one. Mbappe still only 21. Okay, his birthday's in December, so he's still only 21. 5'10". If you want to compare the heights, 5'10", a bit taller than Aguero, an inch or two taller than Aguero, but he looks taller than that. Haaland is 6'4", and Havertz is 6'2". Massive presence. Mbappe, okay, when he was on obviously there's that season he was on at loan at PSG, played 27 games, scored 13 goals. From 2018, he's played 49 games in the last season and a half and scored 51 goals. He's got some good numbers. He's got the pace. It's a lot to like about any of those. I'd take any of them right now. As additional attackers, I take any of those three. Just looking at Mbappe's stats now. I'm just trying. My computer's frozen screen. I hope you guys can still hear me. Let's just see if my screen is totally frozen. Would I take Jimenez from Wolves? I'm not so sure, Chris. I'm not. What I've not seen enough of him. The same as I've not seen enough of these other guys. What's in his favour? He's played the Premier League. He's played in the Premier League, so that's definitely in his favour. Just trying to close these windows down. It's not happening. I'm still here. Just going to try and. Wow, it's messed up. See, I knew that was a StreamYard problem. It's not only just messed. Yeah, StreamYard's messed up, guys. That's why I've lost my green screen behind me. Let's see if I'm back on. Yeah, I've got a green screen behind me and not my proper green screen. That's what I told you. I knew StreamYard had messed up somewhere. Haaland, actually, Haaland is the with the 2 A's. That's the anglicised version of Haaland. So I'm back, Chris. Yeah, no, StreamYard went down, and not only did it go down, it's messed up my green screen, as you can see. It won't let me put in my. It's lost my picture of formidables. Anyway, I can't believe this. Aaron, you're right. Lots of clubs will be in for players like Kai Havertz, like Haaland, and like Kylian Mbappe. But look, if we want to get back, to the top, if we want to get back to challenging, yeah, then we've got to be in for the best players in the world. Look at last summer, we didn't go in for, we didn't get people like João Felix. We didn't get people like that. I still think are very good. The kid that went to the 2 kids that left, Matthijs de Ligt and Frenkie de Jong from Ajax. We didn't go in for them. So we need, if we want to improve, yes, it is about money. There's no 2 ways about it. We need to go out and buy some of the best if we want to get back to being the best. Yeah, we need to be, and I've said this for the last 2 summers, we need to get players who will walk into our first team, push somebody else out. Okay, we need that. And if we don't do that, then we're just going to go on the slow slide. Yeah, that's my opinion, because people find it too easy. They're too comfortable. Should City sign a Dzeko type striker? We need something. Look, Chris, you're right. We had a situation last season where we put in so many high balls in, so many high crosses into the box for Aguero to win, for Sterling to win. No, it ain't happening. For Mahrez to sneak in and win. No, we need someone with a presence. That's why I like someone like Haaland, someone like Havertz. They've got that height. They've got that. Haaland's got that physical presence. You'd be scared of him as a defender. And that's what defenders sometimes need. You need, your person who's going to be physical, like your Drogba type player, who's going to rough people up, your Costa type player, as well, having that, that size and bulk, as well as having the pace, the finishing, and the finesse. Havertz and Haaland look very, very good to me. Akash, we should go for Haaland in a few years. His dad has played for us and Haaland has supported us. The problem is, Akash, if you leave it, and this is always the worry when you go for it, when you go for these players, if you leave it until next summer, Haaland costs you, instead of 60 million or so, costs you 120 million. City won't go for him. When City wanted Mbappe, they wanted Mbappe when he was at Monaco, but before he'd exploded. He would have still cost, City was still ready, I think, to offer 30 to 40 million pounds for Mbappe. A season later, a season of brilliance, brilliance. His breakout season, Mbappe's price skyrocketed. So that's the risk you take. It's the risk you take. Do you get someone before they're done, before they're ready, whilst they're undercooked or underprepared or not experienced enough, just to get them on the cheap, let's say, or to save some money? Or do you wait until they're perfect and then they're out your league? They're costing too much money. Guys, I'm going to have to shoot. It's 9:15. Thanks for coming on. Leave your comments in the comment section below, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you want Mbappe? Do you want Havertz? Or do you want Haaland if you can only pick one? Or have you got somebody else? Are you still stuck on Lautaro Martinez or Jimenez or somebody else? Yeah. It'd be very interesting to see what you guys have got to say. And I do reply to comments, so get clicking away, guys. Thanks very much for joining us. I'll be back tomorrow for a little while. I'm not sure exactly when. I've got, we normally do a Zoom call with some friends on a Saturday evening from 7 till 9. But these guys, they stay on for this can stay on for 3 or 4 hours. But we'll see you around, guys. Thank you very much for joining, Akash, Chris, Mark, and everybody else who's been in, Aaron, and everybody else, and Dan to me. Guys, look after yourselves. Aaron, that's my kind of guy. You take them all. That's it. Fit them all in your mouth at once. See you later, guys.